Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me and thank you for blessing me with your presence. I hope you're feeling well. My name is Samantha and today I have an amazing DIY for you. So today we're going to be making a clove, rosemary and aloe vera hair growth spray. So this is a leave-in spray, and if we use this consistently, it's going to help our hair to grow longer, thicker, fuller, and it can also help hair to grow back in bold patches. So this is amazing. Our first ingredient is going to be rosemary, which I absolutely love. And I've talked quite a bit about rosemary on this channel because it is so effective. So it's effective on its own, but if you combine it with other powerful ingredients, then you can imagine you're basically supercharging it. So I'm using dried rosemary here, but you can use fresh rosemary for this recipe. It'll work just as well. And the reason I love rosemary is because it is one of the few things that have been shown through science, through clinical research, to be absolutely effective when it comes to hair growth and also regrowth. So this has been shown to be just as effective as minoxidil. Rosemary is also a healing herb, and it can help to treat things like dandruff and soothe an irritated scalp, and that is why I absolutely love it. Our next ingredient is another favorite of mine, and we're going to be using cloves. Cloves are amazing for hair growth and also for hair regrowth. So this is another effective treatment for hair loss, excessive shedding, bald patches. It will help with all those things. But cloves also have antibacterial and antifungal properties, so they can help to keep the scalp nice and healthy, free from fungus and bacterial infections. And as we know, healthy hair grows out of a healthy scalp. If you're interested in the science behind cloves, it has a chemical called eugenol, which has been effective in terms of helping people to grow back their hair in bald patches. And then our next ingredient is another favorite. We've used this so many times on this channel, and it's aloe vera. So I'm using, this bit of fresh aloe vera, but you can use aloe vera juice or even aloe vera gel that is store-bought. It'll work for this recipe. So aloe vera is one of the best moisturizing ingredients, and it's got humectant properties, so it can help our hair to retain the moisture. It also has some amino acids, so it can help to strengthen the hair. And our next and final ingredient is glycerin. So even though aloe vera has some humectant properties, we want to add the glycerin because that really helps our hair to stay moisturized because of the humectant properties of glycerin. And glycerin also helps to actually keep the scalp nice, clean and healthy and moisturized. So that's why I like to use it. But if you don't want to use glycerin, you can leave it out altogether. So as for the method, we're going to start off by adding 1.5 cups of freshly boiled water into the pot. And I'm using freshly boiled water just to quicken up the process, but you can use cold water, it's fine. And then I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of the rosemary, and I'm also going to add 1 tablespoon of the cloves. So these are really powerful herbs, and 1 tablespoon of each is more than enough. And then I'm just going to boil them together for about 10 minutes, and you'll see that the color of the water will change. And then after 10 minutes, this is what it looks like. I'm just going to take it off the stove and then allow them to infuse overnight. So if you're in a hurry, then you can prepare this first thing in the morning, and then by the afternoon it'll be fine to use. But the longer you infuse it, the more potent your spray will be, and therefore the more effective it'll be. So I left mine to infuse overnight, and then the next day I first of all prepared the aloe vera. So I just scooped out the gel that's in the middle, and you do this. It's very simple. You just cut off the thorny bits at the sides and then slice it through the middle, and then just scoop out that gel that's in the middle. If you're using fresh aloe vera that's straight out of the garden, then I recommend that you soak it for a few minutes just to get rid of the yellow liquid which comes out, which can be really, really irritating. And then next, I'm going to take the rosemary and clove tea that we made, and I'm just going to strain it and add just the liquid to my blending jug. So I'm not adding the herbs themselves, I'm only going to add the liquid. And then we're going to add our final ingredient, which is the glycerin, and I'm adding 1 tablespoon of the glycerin. And then once we've done that, I'm just going to blend everything. And remember that aloe vera is fresh, so it's going to be really chunky. So we're going to blend it really well to make sure that we break it down so that we end up with just aloe vera juice in our liquid. So I blended mine for about 3 minutes because my blender is not that powerful, and I wanted to make sure that I had blended it thoroughly. So once I've done that, I'm just going to strain it, and I'm going to use the end of a pair of tights. But you want something that's finely woven, so something like the end of a pair of tights or a wig cap or cheesecloth is ideal because that will catch all the fiber that's going to come out of the aloe vera. So our wonderful, amazing spray is ready, and I'm just going to pour mine into a spray bottle because that will make it easier to use. But you can put it in any container that you want or that you have to hand. And then I'm just going to show you how I use it. So I'm going to leave it in. I'm not going to wash it out, and I recommend you do that. That is going to be the most effective way to use this. So as you can see, my hair is in a protective style, and the focus is really to put this onto the scalp. So this is more of a scalp treatment, and first of all you apply it to the scalp, and then you can then spray it onto your hair just to give your hair the moisture, because remember, we want to moisturize our hair and keep our hair moisturized, not soaking wet. Remember, we want it to be moisturized because dry hair breaks, and we definitely don't want to break our hair. So you'll see me applying it, and then I just massage it a little bit, and then I spray a little bit onto the extensions themselves, and that's because my hair is in the extensions. But if your hair is loose, I'm going to show you how you can actually use it as your liquid, for example, in the LCO or LOC method, whichever way you moisturize your hair. So in terms of storage, this has to be kept to the fridge, and it'll last about 7 to 10 days. Beyond that, it'll become breeding ground for fungus and bacteria and the rest of it, and we do not want that. So if you have forgotten to put it in the freezer, after 10 days, you have to throw it away. So if you make a big batch, and you can absolutely do that, what I recommend is you keep enough for a week in the fridge, and then you freeze the rest. And the easiest way to do that is just to put the rest in an ice cube tray, and then whenever you need more, you just take out a few cubes and then you defrost them at room temperature. When you're defrosting, it's important to defrost them at room temperature. Please do not put in a microwave or over the pot again, because then you just destroy the aloe vera that we added at the end. So as I said, this is a leave-in spray. It's more effective if you leave it in until your next wash day. But I know some people don't like to leave in these things, and you can actually use it like any other way you'd use a tea rinse. So for example, you can use it as a pre-poo or even as an after shampoo rinse, as your final rinse. So this is really, really good, and I'm using it at the moment and I'm really enjoying it, and I hope you give it a try, and if you do come back and let me know how you get on. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. But before I go, I just want to give my subscribers a massive thank you. Thank you so much for your love and support. You're helping this channel to grow, and I appreciate it. And I also appreciate everyone who comes and engages with the content. So thank you so much. So I'll see you in my next video. Until then, take care of yourselves and your loved ones. Bye for now, and God bless.